Hey there, welcome back to my channel. I'm Holly Berube, and I am a relationship coach for strong, successful warrior women who feel like they can't quite be themselves in their relationships without causing conflict or rocking the boat. I teach people how to have great relationships with clear communication that feels easy and effortless, that creates a loving, connected partnership where everybody feels like they can be themselves. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for being here. If any part of today's message hits home for you, resonates for you, I would really love you to click that little thumbs up button below or to leave me a comment about what you think. And of course, if today's message hits home for you and you want more exclusive relationship coaching tips and tricks, go ahead and click that subscribe button, hit the little notification bell so you don't miss another weekly video from me again. Today I'm going to be talking with you about how to halt drama in its tracks in your relationship. So this is not so much about if you feel like the entire relationship that you are in is dramatic, and it could help with that too, but this is more about how to handle a particular instance when it is happening. Let me first paint the picture to you of where this even came from. I have a client who was talking to me that when she and her boyfriend get into it, when he gets really upset, it's very dramatic, it's very emotional, and she wants to be there for him. She wants to provide a solution to him. And the challenge that she finds is he isn't calm yet. And so she was telling me about how she navigates it. And I thought, this is really good. I got to share this. The very first step you want to take when you notice that this is happening is you want to be fully present and recognize it while it is occurring. It can be really easy to react in the moment to this person coming at you, heightened emotion, it's kind of intense, and your reaction could lead you to become defensive, say something you don't mean, become accusational. Your reaction ultimately is going to fuel the fire. Oftentimes, this level of heightened emotion is an example of feminine energy, and all persons, regardless of gender, have feminine and masculine energy within us. But when the feminine energy goes from being peaceful, loving, receptive, compassionate, and shifts into high energy chaos instead of easygoing flow, you have a hurricane that's coming at you essentially. So it's important to notice A, that the hurricane is coming toward you, but then B, recognize, oh my goodness, I want to react right now, and choose instead to respond to the hurricane instead. So first, just know that it's happening. The second thing you want to do to halt this dramatic moment in its tracks, because you know it's not going to get you anywhere that is solution driven, is you want to tell the person who's really upset or has that heightened emotional situation happening that you are not going to engage or participate in whatever this emotion is in the moment. You want to reassure them, I love you, I hear you, I see you're upset, I see you're upset. I want to talk about this, I want to have a solution. I'm not going to do it in this moment when it is like this. So let's take a moment. And so you want to tell them what you're going to do next. So you want to share with them, I'm going to go in the other room and give me 20 minutes and let me calm down and let me collect my thoughts. So you want to tell them your plan. You want to tell them, again, reassure them, I love you, I care about you, I see you're upset, I want to hear you, and I don't want to do it like this. I'm not going to engage while you're feeling really upset. So let's take a couple minutes, both of us. Let's take 10 minutes and come back in 10 minutes or an hour or whatever it is that you think we're going to need. Now, at this point, the person who's really, really upset, a couple things could happen. They could either say, all right, let's take time and come back and talk about it in 20 minutes. They also could continue to engage. They also could get louder. They could become more dramatic. And it's really important because you are the person in the responsive mode, not in the reactive mode. It's going to be really important for you to keep repeating yourself and reiterating what you just said a moment ago. I'm not engaging in this like this. I love you. I care about you. I see you're upset. Let's take a minute and come back in 20 minutes. And have a conversation in 20 minutes. I'm not engaging in this like this. It might seem really repetitive and really redundant, but it's one method that we can use to try and calm down that frenetic, chaotic, dramatic energy. Repeat this process, step 1 and step 2. Acknowledge when the hurricane is coming to you. Acknowledge they're upset. tell them you love them, tell them that you want to have a solution with them, and then take time apart, take a breather, and come back together. Repeat that process until both of you are in a space where you are both calm. Maybe not emotions gone, right? We're not asking anyone to negate their emotional experience, but wait until both of you are in a calm, peaceful place where you can sit and have a productive, solution-driven conversation. If you take 20, you get back together and the same thing happens again, repeat the process. That's my point. So now it's time to have the conversation. So this is the final step. This is the part that the person who's really upset really wants. They want to be heard. They want to be seen. They want to have a place to vent if they need to, even if it has nothing to do with you. So what you can do in this moment is I want to use a metaphor for you. This person who just went through that level of upset, they are like lightning, right? So I said feminine energy can come out as very chaotic. When it's in an unhealthy moment, it can be very dramatic. It can be very attention seeking or feel insecure. And all these things are really normal. So we want to have a great level of compassion for our hurricane person, for our lightning bolt person who was just going and swirling and darting all over the place. So you in this moment, again, coming from a place of compassionate response, not reaction, it's going to be very important that you consider yourself like a mountain. When a hurricane is coming toward a mountain, the mountain is going to stop it in its tracks and the hurricane will just spin and spin against the mountain until the energy calms down. You also, in a different metaphor, if they are the lightning, you are the lightning rod. You have the ability to ground them and help them to know and trust that you, yes, care about them. Yes, you want to know what they have to say. Yes, you are a partner to them and you want what's best in the best interest for both of you in that moment. So it's going to be really important that you come to that conversation with that as your commitment. You are committed to having a solution. You're committed to making sure that they feel seen and heard and understood. And you're also committed to recognizing that some people have a lightning moment. Some people act like a hurricane sometimes. And your commitment is to be steady. Your commitment is to keep it grounded like a lightning rod and make sure that they feel safe in your presence. Having that as an energetic foundation for the conversation is going to support both of you in being able to be totally honest as you have this solution-driven conversation. So at that point, let them share with you why they were upset, come up with some possible solutions, and maybe you don't know the answers in the moment. So maybe the solution in that moment is, I don't know what to say right now. Maybe we should just take a day and think about it. Let's each individually think about it for 24 hours and let's revisit it. Maybe that's your commitment in the moment. That way, neither one of you has to feel pressured that you have to know the answer right now. So sometimes the solution is to put an amount of time on it, to table it for later. The key there is if you table it to later, you must put a timestamp on it. You must let each other know and agree. In 24 hours, tomorrow after dinner at 7:30 p.m., we're going to sit here and we'll have the conversation at 7:30 tomorrow. If we say we'll do it later and there's no timestamp, it really can lead to persons not taking the time to give what they're going through consideration. It can lead to someone feeling like they are on the indefinite back burner, and that doesn't feel good either. So definitely, if you need time to think about it or to strategize before coming up with that solution, put a timestamp on when you are going to come back and have that talk. That's one way that you can halt drama in its tracks in your relationship when the conflict is coming up. Notice it's happening. Be in a responsive, compassionate mode as opposed to a reactive mode. Tell the person you're not engaging in this moment. Let's take some time apart and come back to it. And when both of you are actually calm and ready for a solution-driven conversation, sit down and have it. Make sure you set a time for it. Make sure you allow time for one or both persons to give some real thought as to what a solution can look like if that's what this conversation is about. So I really hope you liked this content today. Let me know in the comments, have you ever been the recipient of an ongoing hurricane dramatic situation? Or maybe you have been that person in the past. If this hit home for you, I'd really appreciate you clicking the little thumbs up. It helps to bump this video in the YouTube algorithm. algorithm. So that'll do it for today. Again, thank you so much for being here. Please click the subscribe button below, hit the notification bell. I bring you fresh content every single week. And until next time, love always in all ways.